It's not what you know, it's who you know. And interestingly, mapping who you know is how you get to know what they know. At least that seems to be the case for people with high working memory capacities. As a recent study found, people with higher capacities for working memory don't necessarily retain more information on digital networking sites. Rather, they tend to focus more on the interweb of connections of the people on those sites. In other words, they strategically map who is connected to whom. Before we unpack these insights, hi, I'm Andrew, a senior facilitator at Leading Training. We specialize in helping teams improve their productivity and leadership skills. If you want to unlock better performance for you and your team, hit that follow button. The researchers conducted a range of experiments on simulated online communities such as networking sites and online communities. Through these scenarios, they recorded what information participants absorbed and what they noticed of the connections between people. What they consistently found is that participants with higher working memory capacity absorbed less information, but mapped more carefully the relationships between the people on those sites. This sounds counterintuitive. If you have more capacity, surely you would just absorb more information about everything. But it turns out these people are master allocators of attention. They're essentially using cognitive offloading. When they know that they can get information from a particular source at any time, they don't bother remembering that information, they just remember where they can get it. So this introduces a warning along with a couple of practical takeaways. First, the warning. The researchers believe that this lack of extra attention on the information itself might make these individuals more susceptible to misinformation because they're not critically evaluating it. Secondly, if you are a creator or marketer trying to get people to follow your content, you need to keep in mind that once they follow you, they might actually spend less time paying attention to that content itself, meaning that the content that you create must somehow engage them and urge them to respond to you. Similarly, if you're building an online training platform or a directory of information, remember that simply giving people a shared drive of content may make them less likely to actually engage with that content, meaning that you must put in place activities or tasks that require people to actually go through the information if that is important. If you would like more practical research-backed insights, find our courses on leadingtraining.co.za.